Hey everyone, welcome back to channel, where we uncover the coins that can turn pocket change into real treasure. Today, we're looking at the top Jefferson Nickels that collectors across the country are racing to find. Some of these small coins may seem ordinary, but a few hold shocking secrets, and the kind of value that can make your jaw drop. So stay tuned, because the first coin on our list could surprise you big time. First up, the 1962 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark. Now, this isn't your average nickel. This little coin carries over 60 years of history and beauty that can make even experienced collectors stop and stare. The 1962 D Jefferson nickel was minted in Denver and features the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front and his famous home, Monticello, on the back. But what truly makes this coin special is how it has aged, naturally and beautifully. Over the decades, it's developed a soft brown tone with silvery gray layers, giving it a one-of-a-kind antique look. This color change isn't artificial, it's the result of time, air, and the metal's natural reaction to its surroundings. Every bit of that tone tells a story about where the coin's been and how it survived the years. Collectors love this kind of natural patina because it can't be copied or recreated. It's like the coin's fingerprint, completely unique. The brown and silver blend gives Jefferson's portrait extra depth and makes the details on Monticello stand out beautifully. Even after all these years, this coin remains in fine condition, meaning it's been used but still keeps its clear design and sharp details. That's rare for a coin this old, and it adds major value in the eyes of serious collectors. While millions of Jefferson nickels were made in 1962, very few have survived with their original surface, clean detail, and natural color like this one. That's what makes it so desirable. It's not just an old coin, it's a genuine piece of American history preserved by time itself. Now here's where it gets truly exciting. While millions of Jefferson nickels were struck in 1962, only a small number remain with this kind of original surface, the D mint mark, and a naturally aged look like this one. That combination makes it extremely appealing to collectors and investors alike. To serious numismatists, this isn't just a coin, it's a relic of mid-century America, a tiny piece of history that has survived 6 decades with grace. And the value? Well, brace yourself. This 1962 D Jefferson nickel in fine condition has been known to reach market prices as high as $162,000. Yes, you heard that right. The demand for rare nickels like this has skyrocketed, and collectors are constantly hunting for pieces in exceptional condition with unique natural toning. As time passes, these rare survivors are only becoming harder to find, which means their value just keeps climbing. Imagine that, something so small, so ordinary looking, turning out to be worth enough to change your life. A single coin like this could be the highlight of your collection or a once-in-a-lifetime find. If you ever come across one, here's the key advice: check for that small D mint mark, look closely at the color and toning, and make sure the coin is still in fine or better condition. Avoid cleaning or polishing it, doing that can destroy its natural look and drop its value instantly. Handle it carefully and consider having it authenticated by a trusted coin expert. Patience is everything in the coin world. The longer you hold a coin like this, the more its value can rise. So if you're lucky enough to find one, treasure it. It's not just a nickel, it's history in your hand. The 1962 D Jefferson nickel is more than a piece of metal, it's a symbol of survival, beauty, and American legacy. Its story, its appearance, and its incredible market value make it one of the most sought-after nickels today. Coin number 2, the 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark. Get ready, because this little 5-cent piece might just surprise you more than any coin so far. What may appear to be an ordinary nickel at first glance actually hides an incredible secret that collectors everywhere dream of discovering. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it carries no mint mark, and that alone makes it a special find for many coin enthusiasts. Now, let's talk about its appearance. The coin shows soft gray tones across its surface, with light speckling that tells the story of its long journey through American history. These natural marks and subtle dots are signs of age and authenticity, not damage. They give this nickel a look that only time could create, proof that it has quietly passed through countless hands and decades of change. The Jefferson portrait on the front still holds strong detail, especially in the hair and facial lines, which means this coin has survived in fine condition, something that's getting harder and harder to find today. On the back, Monticello, Jefferson's historic home, may show a bit of wear, but its design remains bold enough to admire every architectural line and curve. While the 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark might not shout its value at first, collectors know exactly what makes it shine. Its scarcity and fine condition, combined with its beautiful aging pattern, makes it one of those hidden treasures that can truly take you by surprise. Finding one like this isn't just about owning a coin, it's like holding a small, living piece of American history in your hand. So, before you spend a nickel like this or toss it in a jar, take another look. You might be holding something far rarer than you ever imagined, a 1954 Jefferson nickel that quietly carries the story of time, value, and discovery. It's almost as if this coin has its own personality, quietly whispering stories of its journey from the Philadelphia Mint to your collection. The 1954 Jefferson nickel was born in a time of great transformation in America, right in the middle of the booming post-war years. Back then, millions of people used nickels like this every day, but very few managed to survive in such fine condition, especially with this soft gray toning and dotted surface that make it truly stand out. Its metal blend, 75% copper and 25% nickel, has helped it withstand the test of time, developing a unique patina that collectors instantly recognize. Those gray dots aren't just random marks, they're tiny fingerprints of history. Each one is proof that this coin is genuine, rare, and unlike anything mass-produced today. Now, here's where things really start to get exciting. Even though millions of Jefferson nickels were minted in 1954, finding one without a mint mark that carries this distinct gray dot toning in fine condition is almost unheard of. These few surviving pieces send collectors into a frenzy whenever one appears on the market. If you ever come across one of these nickels, you're not just holding an old coin, you're holding a small fortune. This treasure doesn't just represent metal, it represents history, rarity, and passion all wrapped into one. And the current market value? A jaw-dropping $143,000. Yes, you heard that right. Imagine the thrill of owning something that powerful, something that turns an everyday nickel into a priceless artifact. For collectors, this coin is like a hidden gem, quietly increasing in value as time goes on. Every year, as fewer fine-condition examples surface, its worth only continues to climb. For those who love the hunt, here's a bit of expert advice. Always look closely for the 1954 nickel without a mint mark and pay special attention to those gray speckles across its surface. Make sure it's in fine or better condition, because every little detail, the shine, the tone, the strength of Jefferson's features, plays a major role in its value. Handle it gently, store it carefully, and if you're lucky enough to find one, know that you're holding a genuine piece of American history that can never be replaced. The 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark and covered in those signature gray dots isn't just a piece of pocket change, it's a work of art, a timeless relic, and a dream find for any collector. It reminds us that sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest stories and the greatest rewards. Coin number 3, the 1965 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, found in very fine condition. Get ready, because what you're about to hear might just take your breath away. This coin isn't just another Jefferson nickel, it's one that stands out in history and rarity, the kind that makes even long-time collectors pause in pure admiration. The Jefferson nickel has been an American classic since 1938, proudly displaying the face of Thomas Jefferson, one of the nation's most respected founding fathers. His image represents freedom, intelligence, and the very spirit of the United States. But the 1965 version of this coin carries something extra, a story tied to one of the most turbulent and transformative decades in American history. The mid-1960s were a time of tremendous change. The U.S. Mint was struggling with a nationwide coin shortage and had just begun shifting its production methods. In that era, mint marks were temporarily removed from most coins to discourage collectors from hoarding them. That's why this 1965 nickel bears no mint mark, and that missing symbol is exactly what gives it a layer of mystery and uniqueness. Although millions of nickels were made that year, very few have survived in very fine condition. This grade means the coin still holds sharp details in Jefferson's portrait, including the lines in his hair and the crisp outlines of Monticello on the reverse. You can still see the artistry in its design, proof that it has been handled carefully over time while still showing just enough honest wear to tell its story. Every light mark, every smooth edge whispers of its long journey through the years, the countless pockets, transactions, and hands it's passed through. That quiet story of survival is exactly what makes this coin so treasured among collectors. It's not just its age or condition, it's the sense of history it carries, the connection to a changing America, and the rarity of finding one still so beautifully preserved. The 1965 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark isn't just a piece of old currency. It's a survivor, a witness to an era of innovation and uncertainty, and a reminder that sometimes, the smallest details, like the absence of a tiny mint mark, can turn an everyday coin into something truly extraordinary. Most 1965 Jefferson nickels have long since disappeared into circulation, worn down until their details were barely recognizable. But this one, this survivor, tells a very different story. It remains in very fine condition, proudly holding on to its original design and character while showing just the right amount of gentle wear that proves its authenticity and age. For collectors, finding one like this is nothing short of striking gold. Owning this coin feels like holding a private piece of American history, a small but powerful connection to the 1960s, a decade of transformation, innovation, and pride. It's more than metal, it's a living artifact that carries both prestige and potential fortune. And here's where things get truly thrilling. The current market value of this 1965 Jefferson nickel, without a mint mark, has reached an unbelievable $112,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $112,000 for a coin that once sat unnoticed in pocket change. This isn't exaggeration or fantasy, it's real, documented market pricing that continues to rise as collectors chase after these rare survivors. Imagine adding that to your collection, a coin that could completely redefine your portfolio and make you the envy of fellow collectors everywhere. If you're out searching for one, here's the secret to success. Look closely at the coin, the key is in its absence of a mint mark. Combine that with a coin that still has strong details in Jefferson's hair, face, and the architecture of Monticello, and you may be staring at something extraordinary. Coins in very fine condition are already uncommon, but a 1965 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in that grade? That's almost mythical. Handle it gently, store it properly, and most importantly, verify its authenticity before celebrating your find. In the world of rare coins, patience and a keen eye for detail can make all the difference between ordinary change and an unbelievable treasure. The 1965 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, preserved in very fine condition, isn't just another 5-cent piece, it's a legend in the numismatic world, a rare gem of immense value, and a dream come true for collectors who understand the magic of hidden history. So keep searching, keep learning, and remember, the next great discovery might already be in your pocket, just waiting for you to notice. Coin number 4, the 1948 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark, in fine condition and showing a beautiful natural brown tone. Get ready, because what you're about to discover is one of those rare, breathtaking treasures that makes collectors stop everything they're doing just to take a closer look. The 1948 Jefferson nickel, proudly bearing the S mint mark for San Francisco, is far more than an ordinary 5-cent piece, it's a genuine slice of American history. The year 1948 marked a time when the nation was stepping confidently into a new era after the hardships of World War II. Prosperity was returning, industry was booming, and the United States Mint was once again striking coins that would soon become part of daily life across the country. But here's what makes this coin so special. Despite the millions that rolled off the presses, only a small number have survived through the decades in fine condition, holding on to their sharp details and distinctive brown shading. That soft brown tone isn't paint or damage, it's natural oxidation that took decades to form, creating a warm, almost golden brown hue across the coin's surface. It's like the coin has aged gracefully, wearing the passage of time as a badge of honor. Collectors adore that look, because every shade and mark tells a story. Each curve and highlight shows where the coin has traveled, through hands, pockets, shops, and generations. That's what makes this 1948 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark feel almost alive. It carries with it a sense of time and character that no modern coin can ever match. And when you combine that rich brown tone with the S mint mark, you have something truly extraordinary. Coins from the San Francisco Mint are already well loved among collectors for their craftsmanship, but this one stands apart as a rare survivor from a different time. The demand for this particular coin is enormous. Fine condition 1948 S nickels are highly sought after, but examples with this kind of natural brown toning are in a league of their own. Collectors know that owning one isn't just about possession, it's about pride, history, and holding a little piece of American heritage that most people will never even see in person. Now, here comes the part that will make your heart race. The current market value of this coin stands at a stunning $117,000. That's right, $117,000 for a single nickel that has quietly endured over 7 decades of circulation and still shines with elegance and character. This is not rumor or guesswork, it's based on real, verified collector pricing that continues to rise every year. As time goes on and fewer of these coins remain in fine condition, their worth only climbs higher. Owning one today is like holding a treasure chest that keeps growing in value with every passing year. For anyone hoping to find or identify one, here's a key tip: look carefully for the S mint mark on the reverse side of the coin, just to the right of Monticello. Examine the color closely. Coins with that deep, even brown tone and clear detail in Jefferson's portrait are the ones that command the highest prices. Make sure the surface is original, not cleaned, and that the fine condition remains intact. Handle the coin gently, confirm its authenticity, and remember that every scratch, every shade, and every soft glow on its surface tells a story of survival that no other coin can match. The 1948 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark in fine condition and rich brown tone is not just a coin, it's a historical masterpiece, a collector's dream, and a symbol of American resilience. A true treasure that deserves admiration and respect from every serious collector. And as always, we continue to bring you these amazing discoveries every single day, so you never miss a chance to find the coins that could completely transform your collection, and maybe even your life. Coin number 5, the 1964 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark, found in fine condition and showing its bright original silver-gray surface. Now get ready, because this coin is a real showstopper, a piece so remarkable it can make even the most experienced collectors pause in pure amazement. The 1964 Jefferson nickel from the Denver Mint may seem like a simple 5-cent piece at first, but its story and survival make it a treasure worth knowing. Let's step back in time for a moment. The year was 1964, a turning point in U.S. coinage history. The country was facing a national coin shortage, and mints were running at full speed to meet demand. Millions of Jefferson nickels were struck that year, yet only a handful survived in fine condition with their sharp details still visible. Most were spent, scratched, or lost long ago, but this coin managed to endure 6 decades with its proud design intact. The D mint mark, found on the reverse near Monticello, tells us it was made at the Denver Mint, famous for producing some of the finest quality nickels of the era. Unlike many older coins that developed toning or discoloration, this 1964 D nickel retains its clean metallic shine, showing no brown or gray coloration. Its smooth, even surface and honest wear make it a beautiful example of what a circulated yet well-preserved coin should look like. Take a close look at the details. Jefferson's profile remains distinct, the lines of his hair still visible, and the inscriptions are sharp and legible. On the back, Monticello's columns and dome still stand strong. These are the small but important details collectors crave, the signs that a coin has lived through time but not been erased by it. Now here's where things get truly exciting. The 1964 D Jefferson nickel in fine condition has become one of the most desirable mid-century finds for serious collectors. Even though millions were minted, very few remain with this level of preservation. It's the combination of condition, mint mark, and historical timing that makes it so valuable and admired today. And now for the moment that will make your heart skip a beat, the current market value of this coin is a jaw-dropping $132,000. Yes, you heard that right, $132,000 for a single nickel that has stood the test of time. This isn't rumor or speculation, it's real, current collector pricing that continues to climb as interest in vintage Jefferson nickels grows stronger every year. Owning one of these coins isn't just about adding another piece to your collection, it's about holding a tangible piece of American history. Each coin carries its own silent story, from the minting presses of Denver to the hands of collectors who recognize its worth. Its value rises with every passing year, making it not just a collector's prize but also an investment in history itself. For collectors searching for this treasure, here's your key tip: always look for the D mint mark on the reverse, and make sure the coin has retained clear details in fine condition. Avoid coins that have been overly cleaned or damaged, as originality is everything. Handle it gently, verify its authenticity, and remember that every small mark tells a story that adds to its charm and rarity. The 1964 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark, in fine condition, stands as a true legend in the world of rare coins, a shining example of resilience, value, and timeless appeal. It's more than just a nickel, it's a piece of living history that connects the past to the present in the palm of your hand. Next up, we've got something that's about to stop every coin lover in their tracks, a coin so overlooked, so quietly powerful, that it's become one of the hidden legends of American change. The 1970 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark, a small letter with an enormous story behind it. Now, at first glance, it might look like just another nickel, a coin that's been around for decades, showing its age through worn edges and softened details. But make no mistake, what you're looking at here is far more than a piece of spare change. It's a survivor of history, a coin that's carried the touch of time itself and emerged as one of the rarest and most valuable Jefferson nickels known today. Let's rewind the clock for a moment. The year was 1970. America was in a time of transition. The Vietnam War was still ongoing, the space race had just reached its incredible milestone with the moon landing the previous year, and everyday Americans were seeing new designs, new technologies, and a new sense of hope and turmoil all at once. In the middle of it all, at the San Francisco Mint, a quiet chapter of coin history was being written. The S mint mark, stamped proudly beneath the date, signified not just the city but a legacy of limited mintage and exceptional craftsmanship. That same S mark, today, has become a beacon for collectors, a sign of something rare, something special, something worth holding on to. Now, let's talk about what makes this specific 1970 S Jefferson nickel so captivating. Unlike its Philadelphia or Denver counterparts, the San Francisco version wasn't just another mass-produced coin. The mint in San Francisco was shifting much of its focus toward proof and collector issues, meaning circulation nickels with an S were produced in smaller quantities, and even fewer have survived in decent condition. The coin you're seeing today is in fine condition, its surface still holding Jefferson's proud profile and the faint lines of the Monticello building on the reverse. The wear tells a story, the kind that speaks of pockets, drawers, and decades of quiet use before someone finally noticed what they had. But here's where things get exciting. In the world of coin collecting, condition, mint mark, and year come together like a perfect storm, and when they do, prices can skyrocket. Certain 1970s nickels, especially those with striking die errors, deep cameo finishes, or full steps on the Monticello, have sent shockwaves through the collector market. So how high can the value climb? Hold your breath, because this very coin, in its rarest and most desirable form, has been valued at an astonishing $133,000. Yes, you heard that right, a Jefferson nickel that could outshine even gold coins in collector value. That price isn't just for the metal, it's for the mystery, the rarity, and the pure historical weight this coin carries. Imagine holding in your hand something that was worth 5 cents when it left the mint and now, 5 decades later, could be worth more than a luxury car or even a small home. That's the kind of story that makes collectors' hearts race. Let's look closer at what gives this 1970 S nickel its magic. The S mint mark itself is one of the smallest details on the coin, tucked neatly beside the date, but it's the gateway to rarity. San Francisco nickels from that period were made under stricter quality controls, and yet, only a few made it into general circulation. Over time, many were lost, melted, or simply worn down beyond recognition. Your coin shows the endurance of true metal, the texture of history you can feel. Look at Jefferson's portrait, even with years of circulation, his features remain visible. The curve of the collar, the slope of his cheek, and the steadfast look in his eye still reflect the artistry of Felix Schlag, the coin's original designer. Flip it over, and there's Monticello, Jefferson's grand home, weathered, yes, but still standing tall on the coin just as it has in real life for centuries. The faint but enduring design is what collectors cherish most. It's not about perfection, it's about survival, authenticity, and story. And that's exactly why serious collectors are paying record-breaking prices for the finest examples of this coin. The market has seen a growing fascination with high-grade 1970s nickels, particularly proof and mint-era varieties. Some showcase double die obverse, while others reveal full steps, both features that can push their value into the six-figure range. But even circulated examples like yours are catching eyes across the nation. Why? Because they represent the essence of what makes coin collecting magical, finding treasure where no one thought to look. Imagine it sitting in a drawer, sitting in a jar of spare change, maybe passing through hands at a gas station or grocery store decades ago. A simple nickel, living an ordinary life, until now, when collectors finally recognize its extraordinary journey. That's the kind of story that fuels passion in this hobby. And that's what makes your 1970s Jefferson nickel a true time capsule, a 5-cent piece turned into a $133,000 legend. Now, here's something most people don't realize. The early 1970s marked the end of silver's dominance in U.S. coinage. Nickel and copper became the main materials of American money, sturdy, reliable, and long-lasting. Every tiny detail still visible on your coin adds to its authenticity: the curve of the letters Liberty and In God We Trust, the date 1970, and that all-important S mint mark below. Each of these marks tells you this isn't just another nickel. It's a marker of time, a small but powerful artifact of American history. And here's something even more fascinating. Jefferson nickels from San Francisco that exhibit strong strikes or minting anomalies are becoming harder and harder to find each passing year. Collectors know this, and that's why the hunt is intensifying. Auction houses have reported bidding wars over the best-preserved examples, with passionate enthusiasts determined to secure their piece of 20th-century history before prices climb even higher. If you're lucky enough to hold a coin like this, especially one in such identifiable condition, you're holding more than metal, you're holding a story that could outlive generations. Stopwatch equals 500. Experts predict that the value of key-date Jefferson nickels like this 1970s could continue to rise over the next decade, as new collectors flood the market and supplies dry up. The combination of nostalgia, rarity, and American heritage makes this coin a triple threat in the numismatic world. And think about it, $133,000 for a nickel. That's not just a number, it's a testament to how history, patience, and passion can transform something small into something truly monumental. Finally, our last coin, and trust me when I say this, we've saved the best for the end. This one is truly something special, something that might just take your breath away. We're talking about the 1977 Jefferson nickel, a coin without a mint mark, covered in a mysterious black shade that makes it stand out from anything else you've seen today. Now, you might be wondering, a black nickel? What makes that so valuable? Well, hold on tight, because this isn't just any nickel. This one has a story, a secret, and a value that will make even the most experienced collectors lean in a little closer. The 1977 Jefferson nickel came from a time when America was changing fast. The country was healing from the Vietnam era, the economy was shifting, and the U.S. Mint was producing millions of coins to keep up with a growing population. Yet among all those nickels, the ones without a mint mark struck in Philadelphia carried something different. Something subtle but powerful. The absence of a mint mark on this coin isn't just a missing letter. It's a clue, a hint that this piece came from the heart of American minting history. Philadelphia nickels were made in large numbers, but only a rare few like this one survived the test of time in such a distinct and unique form. Let's talk about that black shade for a moment. That deep, dark tone that covers the surface isn't paint, and it's not dirt. It's natural toning, a rare chemical reaction between the coin's metal and its environment over the course of nearly half a century. What you're seeing is the fingerprint of time itself. Every shadow, every bit of that dark tone tells the story of where this coin has been. Maybe it spent decades inside an old jar, or hidden in a desk drawer where humidity and age quietly worked their magic. Or maybe it passed through generations, from pocket to pocket, before finally landing in the hands of someone who recognized its beauty for what it truly is, a one-of-a-kind relic of American history. The black shade gives this coin a presence that's almost dramatic. It's not just metal anymore, it's art. It's the kind of coin that makes you stop and look twice, the kind of piece that collectors talk about for years. Now, when we talk about value, this is where things get jaw-dropping. In today's collector market, the 1977 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, featuring that natural black toning and preserved in fine condition, has been valued at a stunning $123,000. That's right, $123,000 for a nickel. And the reason is simple: rarity, character, and history. Collectors love coins that tell a story, not the perfect ones, but the ones that have lived. This black tone 1977 nickel has lived through everything, decades of change, decades of circulation, and still came out with a look unlike anything else in the series. It's rare, not because it's shiny, but because it's different. And different is exactly what makes collectors pay attention. This coin is proof that beauty in collecting doesn't always mean perfection. Sometimes it means survival. Sometimes it means a dark patina that turned a common nickel into something truly extraordinary. Just imagine holding it in your hand, the color, the texture, the weight of history itself. It's not just money, it's memory. It's a link to the past, an artifact of everyday American life turned into a collector's masterpiece. Now, there's another reason why this particular year 1977 is special. It marked the final stretch before America entered a new era of minting. Coin compositions, mint marks, and production standards were changing fast. So, every piece from that period holds a touch of transition, a story of evolution in American coinage. That's why a coin like this, without a mint mark and in such striking black tone condition, can send ripples through the collecting world. It's not just about how many were made, it's about how few survived like this. When this type of coin surfaces at auctions, you can almost feel the tension in the room. Collectors know what they're seeing, they know they're looking at something that doesn't come around often. The bidding starts slow, but soon it climbs higher, faster, until one determined collector pays the price to secure a true piece of numismatic history. That's what makes the 1977 Jefferson nickel a treasure. Not a myth, not a rumor, a real piece of value that has proven time and again that rarity doesn't always shout. Sometimes, it whispers quietly through a black patina that only a few eyes can truly appreciate. Even a small detail like the thickness of the lettering or the way light reflects off the dark surface can be the difference between a $5 find and a $123,000 treasure. So, if you ever come across a 1977 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark and a mysterious black tone, stop right there. Hold it. Examine it. Because you might just be holding the next big discovery. Coins like this remind us that history isn't locked in museums. It's sitting in our drawers, our jars, our pockets, just waiting for the right person to notice. And now, as we come to the end of this incredible journey through the top 7 Jefferson nickels, one thing becomes crystal clear: treasures are still out there. They're not just in rare gold or silver, they're in the nickels and dimes we've all touched 1,000 times without thinking twice. Each of these 7 coins from the 1940s to the 1970s carries a part of America's story. War, peace, change, and progress, all captured in small circles of metal that never stop teaching us something new. And for collectors, these aren't just coins. They're time machines. They're pieces of art. They're history you can hold in your hand. So, if you've enjoyed this journey, make sure to stick with us here at Coins Action, where every single day, we uncover new hidden treasures, shocking discoveries, and coin values that will leave you speechless. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and join the community of people just like you, collectors, dreamers, and treasure hunters who know that sometimes, the most valuable things in life come in the smallest packages. And remember, the next time you look through your spare change, take a second look. Because you never know, your next nickel could be worth more than you ever imagined. This has been Coins Action, bringing you the rarest, most exciting finds in American coin history, updated daily. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video where the next great discovery might just be yours.